So just because a lender requires you to purchase a flood insurance policy at closing, um, a lot of people don't realize the flood maps can be changed in some scenarios. Properties can be taken out of the 100-year flood zones, and that removes the requirement for the actual flood insurance from the lender.
So let's talk about bottom line solutions to lower flood insurance now. What is the number one secret to doing that, DJ, with what you guys do?
Well, the first thing is putting some attention and really questioning the flood policy, right? So we're an engineering company by definition. Our expertise is just a layering of different industries and expertises all in one: the engineering, the flood insurance, and real estate. And, so we encourage real estate owners, investors, to take a deeper look, right? So just because a lender requires you to purchase a flood insurance policy at closing, a lot of people don't realize the flood maps can be changed in some scenarios. Properties can be taken out of the 100-year flood zones, and that removes the requirement for the actual flood insurance from the lender. So that's one option. Secondly, you can then start really dissecting the variables that go into your flood policy. So if you have a policy through FEMA, there's a whole series of variables they're using in combination to calculate what your premium is. And so one of the things that can be done is really getting into the granular level of auditing those details, much like a tax audit, right? A right expert knows which variables to look at and which things will move the needle. And there are certain situations that can then improve the rating of the policy and ultimately reduce that premium. And that's the nice thing about FEMA's program, is that you show them the data to back it up. They will then lower the premium, and you can see that in a year-over-year savings impact as a result.
Interesting. Okay, good. So it's not all bad things for the new regulation, right? Sounds like there's some good things there. You want to find out if you can move your property outside of the flood zone, right? And two, you want to look at your policy itself and find ways to maybe work with FEMA. I think I caught that there. Either clean that up a little bit, DJ, for me, and then talk about the next step for bottom line solutions to lower flood insurance.
Absolutely. Yeah. So in terms of looking at the flood policy, you wouldn't know at the surface necessarily which variables are kind of moving the needle and what's making the price as high as it may be. So there's two things now that people have on their flood policies. They have the premium cost that they're paying today, and they have the full risk premium that's listed on their premium within the table of all the renewal numbers. And so the full risk premium means that's their finish line price. If they're paying $2,000 today, but their full risk premium is, say, $10,000, they're going to continue to increase until they get to $10,000. So there are situations, you would need to work with, an expert, someone like us that understands the engineering side, not only the insurance side. This is why insurance brokers actually bring us in as an extended resource of their team. And so you're trying to identify situations where you can prove to FEMA that the rating actually can be better, and that can either lower the full risk premium, which essentially lowers how much you're going to continue increasing year over year. And in some cases, that will lower what you're paying today also.